Hey guys, Mary Ann here with Shopping Crafty, and I'm going to talk about my 2018 goals. Originally, I was going to look back at my 2017 goal setting and look how I did and etc. But then I realized, what's the point of that? I didn't look at my 2017 goals since I set them. I might have accomplished some of them, but I definitely failed in keeping up with them and keeping motivated and even remembering what they were. So I'm just gonna let those stay in the past and move on to a new year where I'm going to actually keep track of my goals so that I can stick to them and achieve them. I have a new planner where it's very personalizable. It's just like a binder that I can put anything I want to in. And so I created a page for my goals. Oh, that's a good idea. It has action steps, and every month I'm going to check in, do a little progress report for myself. So some of my 2018 financial goals are to track deductions, use reusable bags, and get ahead on cash envelopes, and get under $20,000 of debt. And one that's not even on here yet, but I need to add, is not spending on planner supplies. That's going to be the tricky one, and I went back and forth on whether or not I was going to do it, which is why it's not even in here. But I think it's a good idea because that's where most of my personal spending goes, and I break the budget on that a lot. And I have more than enough that I could ever use. The exception will be around November next year when I'm buying my planners and setting things up for the year ahead, because I do want to give myself enough time to set up whatever planner system I'm going to use. Maybe it will be the same one, but I'm going to need to buy supplies for that. To prepare for this, I bought a couple packs of paper and cards and things like that in bulk so that I have enough to get me through the year and I can change things up, and I won't need to spend money on anything to make my planner look pretty or fun. I'm set, and that's good enough for me. So far I've been successful, but it's only been a week. I'm excited for that one. I think that one will save me a lot of money, and I'll be able to use my personal spending on so many other exciting things that I want or need. It'll be cool. Alright, when it comes to tracking deductions, which is one of the other goals, as an actor and as someone who works from home and does YouTube and things like that, there are so many deductible expenses, deductible business expenses. For actors, you'd be surprised how much stuff we can deduct, because acting is largely investing. It's investing in yourself and your career financially and otherwise. And so there's deductions. Makeup is a deduction for actors. And it better be, because I'm not a makeup wearer. And I need to wear makeup every time I have an audition, every time I have an interview, or I'm unprofessional. That's not something I'm buying for fun. That's not something I'm wearing for fun. That is a business expense, and it should be deductible. They've even been talking about how sometimes extras doing background work on stuff, females should get an extra hour of pay when they're expected to come hair and makeup ready, because that's how long it can take. And we have to wake up earlier for that 5 a.m. call than a guy does, because a guy just gets to go to set looking how he looks. We get yelled at if we do that. So there's something weird there. There's something weird. If you're going to expect us to look a certain way, and it's a way that takes a lot more time than it does for a male, I don't know. I think it's fair to get compensated for our time, or don't ask us to come here and makeup ready. One of the two. One of the two. Either way, that's not what I'm talking about. Tracking deductions. So makeup, wardrobe, if I'm buying audition clothes. What else? Movie tickets, because you need to stay informed. You need to watch current performances. It's part of the job. My union dues, my acting submission websites, printing headshots and resumes, taking headshots and resumes. You don't take resumes. Taking headshots. What else? There's another one. Acting classes. Even my phone, I use for self-tape auditions. Self-tape auditions are so much more common now than they used to be. Most of my auditions are self-tapes. I use my camera for that. I use my camera for YouTube, which has become a source of income. A very small source of income, but I've gotten 2 paychecks from it now, about $200. That's a source of income, and it's gonna continue to grow, hopefully. I use my phone primarily for that. I use my phone to check when I have auditions. I use my phone to schedule babysitting jobs. I use my phone to contact authors, editors, things like that. It's a business phone. Same with my computer. I almost never use my computer for anything other than editing and writing because my computer doesn't work very well. This year I'm probably going to buy a new computer. That is a deductible expense. But I don't track these things, and I should. I could save myself so much money, and I'm just lazy. I need to be careful about that. Who knows what's gonna happen with these deductions, if it's still even going to count as deductions for a lot of this stuff with new tax laws coming into place and things like that. It might not be the same by this time next year, but I'd rather track it and not be able to actually deduct it than be able to deduct it and not track it. So I am tracking my deductions, keeping my receipts, keeping a log of anything business related that I have. Work shoes. I had to replace my work shoes a few months ago. I actually had to replace them 2 or 3 times in the past year because I work a lot. It's a lot of walking, and they're expensive shoes because you need certified non-slip shoes as a server. Those are deductible because those are work shoes exclusively. I don't wear those shoes for fun. So I just need to keep track of that. I work so many different jobs that qualify me for so many different deductions, and I need to be aware, and I need to benefit from the money that I'm spending. Another thing is using reusable bags at the grocery store. The tricky thing with this is you don't want to spend more on a bag than it's actually going to be worth, because they charge you 10 cents a bag at the grocery store in LA. I don't know if that's true everywhere, but if you use their bags, they charge you 10 cents. Apparently the grocery stores just get to keep this money. We were voting about a year ago to have it be something that goes towards the environment, some protection agency, some recycling facility, something like that. Apparently that used to just go into the grocery store's pocket, which is interesting to me. But anyway, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what that bill seemed to be trying to say. I probably sound like a fool because I am not very politically minded, but I'm trying. Okay, so they charged me 10 cents a bag, and I have some reusable bags, kind of, that I use when I remember, but I don't usually remember. So one thing that's cool is I was looking online to find bags that are small enough, like you can collapse them and just throw them in your purse. So you unload the groceries, you fold up the bag, you put it in your purse, and it's there for the next time. You don't have to remember to get it from the back of your car even. You don't have to remember to bring it back downstairs. It's just in your purse. When you're grocery shopping, you grab the bag out. I was looking online for these and they were expensive, and so it didn't really make sense. I'm not gonna spend $15 for a few bags. That's gonna take me at least 150 grocery store trips to make it worth it. That's a lot of grocery store trips. But fortunately, my sister just went on her honeymoon in Europe, and she was in Spain, and there's this artist who created these beautiful bag designs that you could fold up and put in a smaller little zip bag. I almost said Ziploc bag. And so I got this for Christmas, and I thought that she must have been, because I usually shop on my mom's Amazon account because she has Amazon Prime, so I can get free shipping. And I had put these in the cart, but I didn't buy them, so I assumed that my mom had just told my sister that I was looking at these, and so she bought them, but she didn't. She just bought these because they were cute in Spain. So I got this bag that okay, I just unfolded it without you being able to see, but it just folds up like this. There's a little bag you can put it in, or it just has these little buttons that you can put around it and just throw it in your purse. And it's a large bag that you can use for groceries. I mean, I don't know that that's what the artist was intending, but like, look how big this is. It's blocking the whole camera. This is a big, nice bag for my groceries. And so I don't have to spend money on it because I got one as a Christmas gift just completely randomly. And it's very exciting. So now sometimes I'm going to have to still put 10 cents towards a bag because it's only one bag and you can buy however many groceries you need. But that's a great start towards my goal. So I've already gotten started on that one. Sorry, it's probably making a lot of noise. So that's exciting because I don't have to spend money on that anymore. It's like, okay, if you can see, this is my goal sheet. One of my action plans was to get a washable and easy to collapse bag to put in my purse. I was going to have to spend money on that, and I don't have to. And now I won't have to spend at least 10 cents a bag every time I go to the grocery store. Because why would I give them my 10 cents? It seems so trivial, but I mean, I even said 150 grocery trips, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's only going to be a couple years, and if these bags last me 4 years, it's worth it. But, you know, it's such a small amount, but it matters. Okay, another one is to get ahead on cash envelopes. Another thing I'm adding to that is to actually just get ahead on my bills by about a month. One of my biggest budget downfalls this past year has been starting the month without money, and I don't have income usually till the weekend, but I need groceries for the week, and so I'm using last month's money on this month's budget, but I don't know how to really reconcile that. I'm still struggling with that. Getting ahead on cash envelopes is going to solve that problem. I basically abandoned cash envelopes pretty early on last year because I needed to pay my bills as I went. I needed that money. I had to deposit it and put it towards things. And so I just deposited my money all the time and I didn't put them in envelopes. And it made me track my spending less. It made me do everything worse and less. So I'm gonna work on slowly building up to having a full cash envelope fund that I'm contributing toward through the whole month. But the grocery spending and things like that are actually coming out of money from the previous month because I'm ahead. I'm also working on, for my bills, I always pay my bills at the very beginning of the month when I'm paying my rent. So I pay my internet, I pay my phone, and I pay power bill if that comes up. And then later in the month, I have automatic withdrawal for my water, so I don't pay that too far ahead. But that, again, leaves me in a situation where I'm usually using last month's income on this month's budget, and I don't know how to reconcile it. I have to do all this crazy math to be like, okay, well, how much money did I have? And I made this much money, and I have this much money left, and it makes the math very complicated and confusing, and it makes me not want to budget. I'm just going to shift it all. So it's very strange. This is my first month doing it. I paid all those bills, and I left them as last month's bills, and so it still says I have to pay them for this month. So right now, I have made about $280 this month. That money is going to be going towards my bills for next month. I haven't taken away from that. It's more stockpiling my income, using it to pay bills as they come up, but then at the end of the month, I have my money, I can put it towards my bills, I can put the rest towards debt, and I'm ready with a clean slate for the new month. That's going to be exciting, and I'm going to have the cash envelope so I don't have to worry about buying groceries. I don't have to worry about those bills that are coming up until I make enough money. I don't need to borrow from last month because last month is the month for that money. This is probably all complicated sounding, makes sense to me, and it's going to make the coming year a lot better. I'm going to try, I think, to set aside about $100 this month for my cash envelopes. I think I broke down the math here, but I'm gonna have to change it, I think, because groceries and restaurants and stuff are gonna be more expensive than I usually allow myself to think they are, and I keep raising it slowly. I'm not a single person anymore. My stuff costs more money, dates cost money, and those are also priorities. They are. They need to be. So it's a back and forth. So probably about $500 is going to have to be set aside before each month begins for the next month's cash envelopes. I think I can do it. My final goal for 2018 is to get under $20,000 of debt. I'm at 25,000 something right now. There's no conceivable or no expected reason why I shouldn't be able to do this. So I set my goal pretty low. I am not one to set high impossible goals and then fail and then be mad at myself. I don't think that's productive for me. I don't think that's helpful or motivating for me. I set them pretty low, and then if I exceed them, it's going to be awesome. We'll see what happens. So anyway, sorry, gross. I'm getting over a cold, which is part of why you haven't seen me in a while. Those are my goals for 2018. I'm going to check in every month. Maybe I'll actually check in with you guys when I do my monthly wrap-up. I'll tell you about how I did on my goals this month. I think that will be cool. I'm excited for it. Alright. Yeah, and you know what? I should track, if I use more than the one bag, I should track how much I spend on grocery bags in a month. Things like that. Okay. Let me know what your financial goals are. Let me know if you have any advice on how I can achieve my goals. Just let me know. Let me know stuff. Talk to me. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Happy New Year.